Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is a bit different than what I've been doing. I'm not going to edit this video. I'm not going to do any changes. I might throw in the intro or the outro, things like that. But I'm just going to do a raw study session. There's a new room called Outlook NTLM leak on TryHackMe, and I wanted to check it out. And I really don't have time to do all the editing and post-processing stuff. So I'm just going to go through this room and we're going to learn together. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, so I just started the room. So instead of using the attack box or the split view, which I hate doing because it's super slow, I am going to RDP into this system using Remina. So I have, this is the old one. So I have it here. I guess I need to change the server name. I haven't done this room yet. I just was about to start and I was like, maybe I should record. So server, we have the password and username down here, and then we're going to read through this a little bit so I know what's going on, but I'm going to connect to the system first at least. So connect. Oh crap, I forgot. I need to connect to the VPN. All right, so sudo OpenVPN, and there is my OpenVPN profile. And then let's try to connect again. I told you raw, uncut. I'm not. I don't have time. I wish I did, but I don't. Come on. So I'm so impatient. Again, it went back. Feel free to skip this if you would like, but this will work. I promise you this time. See? All right. Let's minimize that. Okay, while that's doing its thing, we can start reading the intro. So on Tuesday, March 14th, what's today? The 17th? No, the 24th. Holy crap. 10 days ago, Microsoft released 83 security fixes on Patch Tuesday, including CVE-2023-23397. This critical vulnerability impacts all versions of the Outlook desktop app on any Windows system. Outlook web app, or OWA, and Microsoft 365 aren't vulnerable since they do not support NTLM authentication. So it was only the Outlook desktop app, not the web app. So unlike most exploits, this one is particularly dangerous because it is a zero-click exploit. Holy crap. Meaning no user interaction is required to trigger it. Once an infected email arrives in the user inbox, the attacker can obtain sensitive net NTLM v2 credential hashes. Once malicious actors have these hashes, they can get a user's credentials, authenticate to their system, and escalate privileges. So, okay, so this was patched. I'm pretty sure I updated this is Windows 10, right? Or just all Windows? Or Outlook does. Oh, it doesn't even affect me. I don't have Outlook. Anyways, okay, so starting the VM. We started the VPN. Again, I RDP'd into it. So I have to use the slow web client. So we have a trial version of Outlook. We already started this. We're going to hit correct, answer, and continue. Did I do stuff yesterday? 2 days streak. Cool. What did I do yesterday? I don't remember. But anyways, okay, Outlook appointment alerts. On Outlook, it's possible to add reminder notifications when sending calendar invitations. You can specify the audio file played when a user gets a notification reminder for a calendar meeting or event. Typically, this would be used for a user to set up their own notifications by pointing to an audio file. That's cool. So manipulating this parameter can enable a threat actor to force Outlook to leak the current password hashes to an attacker with zero interaction required. So what? Manipulating this parameter. So, okay, I guess we're going to find out how this works because that sounds insane. Abusing reminder sounds via UNC paths. To exploit this vulnerability, an attacker must create a malicious calendar invitation that includes a reference to a sound file pointing to a file in a network share in the attacker's machine. So hold on. What? The attacker must create a malicious calendar invitation that includes a reference to a sound file pointing to a file in the network share in the attacker machine. So how does the file get in the share? At a low level, an Outlook email stores a reference to the sound file in an internal parameter called PID-lid-reminder file parameter. So to ensure that the audio we embed in our malicious email will take precedence over the victim's default reminder configurations, we will need to also set another parameter called whatever to true. Okay, so it's file parameter, and then we have the reminder override. So overrides. What's the point of even having? That's interesting. I'm gonna look into that. So to set up the PID-lid-reminder file parameter property to point to a network share, the attacker can specify a universal naming convention UNC path instead of a local file path. So UNC is used in Windows operating systems to find network resources, files, printers, shared documents. These paths consist of double backslashes, the IP address or name of the computer hosting the resource, the share name, and the file name, for example. And yes, very familiar with these. So this will be like, obviously IP address, directory, and then we have the .wav, the file or the sound file that was downloaded, or this is an example, but anyway. So when the victim receives a malicious email, the UNC path directs them to that SMB share, triggering the vulnerability. So this causes the system to start an NTLM authentication process against the attacker's machine, leaking a net NTLM v2 hash that the attacker can later try to crack. Interesting. So if for some reason the SMB protocol isn't a viable alternative to use, non-server versions of Windows will accept using UNC paths pointing to ports 80 or 443 and use HTTP to retrieve the file from a WebDAV-enabled web server. That's pretty cool. The syntax of such UNC path is as follows. And we have the attacker IP, then we have the port at port HTTP, and then again file path directory, then the file itself. So the same, but they're using 443, which is SSL or TLS. This may be useful to bypass firewall restrictions, preventing outgoing connections to port 445 or SMB. So hit completed. All right, so crafting a malicious appointment. So now that we understand how the vulnerability works, let's craft a malicious email containing an appointment with the required parameters to trigger it. So setting up responder, and sorry, I have a text. Okay, cool. So since we expect the victim to trigger an authentication attempt against the attacker on port 445, we will set up the responder to handle the authentication process and capture the net NTLM hash for us. If you are unfamiliar with responder, it will simply emulate a SMB server and capture any authentication attempts against it. So we are basically man in the middling the authentication request from the client or victim to this SMB server. And we're using responder. So it's a launch responder to listen for authentication attempts in your interface, your Ethernet. This is just the name of the Ethernet interface. You can simply, or internet, whatever interface, NIC, your NIC, that's what I'm trying to say. You can simply run the following command in your attack box. So we are now ready to trigger an authentication attempt via the Outlook vulnerability. So let's run this in our VM, which is here. And that's not going to do. I believe it's this one. Yeah. And can we hide this? That would be awesome if you could. But if not, I guess that'll be okay. Or is it full screen? Yeah, there we go. All right. So, I'm tripping. We need this. Or actually, let me just open another one. Can I minimize this? Please. Oh crap, I ain't disconnected that. Okay. Sorry. All right, so we're going to open a terminal. And I guess we can make this a bit bigger. Where is it? This is different. Okay, cool. That's fine. We can make that a bit bigger. I think that's like, that should be good, right? All right, so we are going to run responder on, actually, let me just check my stuff, because I'm pretty sure it's just ETH. Yep. And paste that file. And instead, I don't think I need to do this. I'm just curious what this looks like. Oh, you have to run as root. Oh yeah, okay, responder. I use this with TCM. Okay. It's been a while. All right. So attempting to handcraft a malicious appointment. At first attempt, we can manually create an appointment and edit the path to the reminder sound file to point to a shared folder. To create an appointment, you will first need to click on the calendar and then on the new appointment button on the taskbar as shown in the image below. So new appointment, and then calendar, and then we will create an appointment that includes a reminder set in 0 minutes so that it triggers right after the victim receives it. We will also click on the sound option to configure the reminder's sound file. All right, so let's do all of that right now, and then we're going to, that points, we could try setting the sound file to UNC path that points to our attack box and click the OK button like this. So I'm confused. Are you gonna like, when do we actually do it? Oh, you don't have to like, oh, there's no flags or anything. It's just a learning room. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, that's not fun. All right. Let's open Outlook. Fix all this stuff. Well, I guess we'll keep reading through it, just not to break the flow. All right, so we created the appointment. It's not malicious yet. And then we're going to set the sound file path to, I guess this is a malicious WAV file. I'm not sure. However, Outlook will silently ignore the UNC path and revert to using the default WAV file, which can be confirmed by going back to the sound dialog. Since Outlook isn't expecting users to input a UNC path there, it probably discards our attempt as invalid output, but all hope is not lost. So it looks like they have some input validation going on here, and that removes UNC paths. This is cool, but apparently we can get around it. So OutlookSpy to the rescue. Even if Outlook cannot set the reminder's sound file to a UNC path, we can use the OutlookSpy plugin to achieve this. The plugin is already installed in your target machine for your convenience, and it will allow you to access all of Outlook's internal parameters directly, including the reminder's sound file. So to view our current appointment from OutlookSpy, click the OutlookSpy tab, then the current item button in the taskbar. So I'm more interested in doing this. Oh, it's like a plugin or something. That's pretty cool. Current item. All right, so let's go to our VM because I want to do this. Oops, wrong thing. Oh my gosh. It is super slow. They probably give it like 1 gigabyte of RAM. Okay. So new appointment. And set 0 minutes. Oops. 0 minutes. And then I believe you can set the sound file here. But again, the UNC. Crap, hold on 1 second. All right, that's going to be loud. So when the reminder comes, okay, so we can't set a UNC path here. I forgot my IP address is something. I don't know. I guess we could just test with something. 10/what, and then something.wave. Can we even? We'll even. It's like nope. No error or anything. Yep, went right back to it. So yeah, does not accept UNC paths. Oh yeah, but so OutlookSpy and then current item. Whoop. Which is pretty insane. Where is OutlookSpy? And what do they click on? OutlookSpy, current item, reminder sound file. And okay, let's get there first. OutlookSpy. There's no current item. Do I need to open this? Maybe. Or did they actually create a calendar or meeting? So they don't really say. Let's put hello. Oh, so I think I need to actually create it, maybe. Oh, I need to go inside of the. Oh, okay, wrong place. Gotcha. Just copy what they did. All right, so today is not 325. Be here. Location. I don't know. Okay, so OutlookSpy, current item, and then I guess we're looking for sound something. You can tell I don't. Reading comprehension, right? Reminder sound file. Reminder sound file. All right, so we're gonna do this. So from this window, you can see that the parameters associated with the appointments reminder. We want to set the reminder sound file parameter to the UNC path that points to our attack box and set the reminder override default and reminder play sound to true. Oh, so I do need responder open in my on my machine, and let's just do that. All right, so that's open and working. I don't need to change any of these parameters, right? I guess SMB should be on. Yep, SMB is on. Okay, cool. I guess that's all we need. Doesn't say anything else. So we want to set the reminder sound file parameter to the UNC path that points to our attack box and set both the reminder overall default and reminder play sound to true. So that looks interesting. What? So there's a parameter. I'm sorry if you cannot see this. It's very tiny. That's probably not any better, but I think that's as good as we can do right now. So reminder sound file. How do I open or how do I edit this? What did they do? From this one, these parameters associated with the appointments reminder, we want to set the reminder sound file parameter to the UNC path and set both the reminder overall. Gotcha. So reminder sound file is a string with the path to the sound file to be used for our exploit. This will point to a bogus share folder in our attack box. So I guess I'm not going to be able to actually exploit this, or it doesn't actually have to exist. I'm confused. Non-existent. Oh, so non-existent. Oh, so this is really just non-existent. Okay, gotcha. So let's find out the IP address of this box. And it's gonna be 10.13.2.178. Oh, script. Okay, gotcha. I told you, reading comprehension, man. Script. Appointment item dot, and we have reminder overall override default. So reminder. can I just copy and paste? I can paste that. Can I copy? I'm so lazy. Can't. Okay, whatever. I tried. Reminder overall default goes true, and I probably have a type of reminder appointment item, and then I can copy and paste this at least, right? This part. Let's remove that. Dang it. Paste. Paste. Play sound. Oh my gosh. And sound file. I think something's wrong with this keyboard. Oh, reminder S. There you go. Reminder sound file, reminder play sound, and it's so tiny. Reminder override default. Is that a capital D? Yes, it is. Oh, the terminal is a little, or the window is a little bit slower than I am. That's why I keep messing up. Okay, true, lowercase t. And then we have a non-existent whatever. What was my IP address? This is a real question. All right, cool. So I believe that is it. And do we need to save? Be sure to click Run button before the changes to be applied, and then you can go back to the Properties tab to check that the values were correctly changed. Perfect. What? Did I spell appointment wrong? No, APPONITMET. Capital I, and we have reminder override. Oh, look at that. Override default. Place. Okay, let's run this again. Line 3. Something. What is it? I should have read it. Reading comprehension. Line 3, column 6. I don't know what that means. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't know. The object does not support this method. Line 3 has to be this. Column 6. Oh, whoops. Dang. So many typos. I do this at work as well. So. And I forgot the UNC path. I just pasted the IP address. I'm messing up everywhere. Fake path. And then, sound.wav. Okay, let's try this again. All right, no errors, so that's a good thing. We have, well, I guess I don't. So those are true. Oh, and there's the value. Okay, perfect. So that works. Okay, so be sure to click Run. You can go back to the Properties tab to check that the values were correctly changed. Finally, save your appointment to add it to your calendar, making sure that the reminder such as 0 minutes of the appointment matches the current time and date, as we want it to trigger immediately. So, okay, let's make sure we have all of those things. This says it's 25th, but I'm pretty sure today's 24th. Yeah, today's 24th. We'll just go with the system time. And we want this to like pop immediately, right? So reminder is 0 minutes to make sure. Oh, the time. What does it say? Time. Oh, what time is it? 12:54. So let's say like 30, I guess, till like 1 a.m. Let's do 12:30 a.m. till like let's do 2:30 a.m. and then we're going to set the reminder, so this should alert because it is an ongoing meeting. If all unexpected, you should immediately see a reminder popping up. Okay, all perfect. All right, so let's save and close. And there's our reminder. Perfect. All right, cool. So you just received the authentication attempt in your responder console in your attack box. What? And this is the wrong tab. We don't have anything. Oh, dang it. I forgot to change. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Okay, so yeah. So this needs to be set as the tunnel interface. So ton 0. All right, let's try that one more time. Can I just delete this? Oh my God, do this all again. You had to be kidding me. All right, I'm going to redo this real quick. I'm going to pause it because there's no reason you have to watch me do this again. And I'm going to come back and we're going to finish this video. Okay, we are back and we just finished recreating the reminder or appointment, sorry. And we will go back to appointment, or actually let's make sure that these things actually changed, because that's what I didn't do. I believe it's reminder override default, and then that is this sound file, which is fake sound.wav, and that is my IP address here. Ooh, good thing I checked. Look at that typo again. This time I copy and pasted. If anyone wants this, I can put it in the comment section or the description. That way you don't have to go through the same pain as me. But 10.13.2.178. I'm so glad I went back and actually looked over my work, which I never do. But it caused a lot of pain down the road. But reminder sound file 10.13.2.178 fake, and then sound.wav. I believe that is exactly what we need. So let's go back to appointment. Let's hit save and close. Let's see, 12:30 to 2:30 a.m. Reminder 0 minutes. Starts like right now, or it's already started. So this should create another, whatever you call it, a reminder. Oh, and there's the NTLM hash. Wow, that's crazy. Interesting. Wow. Okay, this is a pretty cool room. Okay, so it's pretty cool vulnerability. Good thing that's patched. So be sure to click the run button. Blah blah blah. We just did that. We have hashes. We have credentials. Well, it's hashed credentials, but they're credentials nonetheless. We would just have to crack them. But I mean, still, that's a huge win. So summarizing the steps required to exploit the vulnerability, an attacker would need to create a malicious meeting/appointment with a custom reminder sound pointing to a UNC path on the attacker's machine. It doesn't even have to exist. Just need to point that UNC path to it so that the client authenticates to that a responder instead of the actual I guess email client. So then we send the invite to the victim via email, wait for the reminder to trigger a connection against the attacker's machine, and then we capture the net NTLM v2 hash using authentication, relaying, or profit in any other way. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So steps 3 and 4 are already covered for us by responder because we capture the NTLM hash like you just saw. but handcrafting the malicious appointment by hand is a bit tedious. So luckily, a couple of exploits are readily available for us to create and send a malicious appointment. So in this task, we will look at the exploit published by Odvar which is probably the easiest to understand and use. This PowerShell exploit leverages Outlook's COM objects. I believe it's just like the Windows internal API, the way the applications and whatever underlying infrastructure talk to each other. Pretty sure. But to build emails and appointments easily, it contains a couple of functions that we can use. So we have save calendar NTLM leak. This function creates a malicious appointment and saves it to your own calendar, useful for testing purposes. And then we have the send calendar NTLM leak. Oh, save and send. Okay, I was like, what's the difference? This function creates a malicious appointment and sends it via email to the victim. So the send creates a malicious appointment and sends it to the victim. The save saves it to your own calendar, used for testing purposes. The email invitation will be sent from your Outlook's current default account. Dissecting the exploits code, both will create an appointment similarly. So we will explain the save calendar NTLM leak only. Okay, so first we will instantiate an Outlook.application object and create an appointment. So yeah, we are instantiating an Outlook application object. This is a variable, and calling or creating it here, instantiating new object, common object, Outlook.application. Another variable, new calendar. It's just this new calendar invite or whatever appointment. Outlook. We have I guess it's the object and function create item. AOL appointment item. Okay, that's interesting. What is this, like C or something? What is this? I'm gonna check this out later as well. Actually, we can look at this now because I got time today. Where is it? App blocker, LOL bins. 20. Yeah, here it is. Proof of concept powers. Oh, we already have no. We're gonna look at this in a second. So dissecting the exploits code. Oh, so this is PowerShell. You can tell I don't use PowerShell at all, but the usual parameters of an appointment will be set. I do use it sometimes, but these include the recipient's meeting subject, location, body, and start and end dates. The exploit sets the start day to the current time so that the reminder is triggered immediately. So you can start date to the current time. Start date to the current time. Oh, okay, gotcha. It's pretty smart. So we are. I don't know what this is. I guess it's calling. Are these being added to variables or? No, where's this stored? I mean, this is beyond the point. This is beyond this room. I'm just curious as to how this works. I probably will check this out later. So the following additional parameters. Oh, sorry. So we have recipient, we have meeting status, meeting subject. Oh, this is all being what you call it? Oh my gosh, it's all being defined here. All this stuff. So recipient, subject, location, body. And I guess these are variables that have been defined elsewhere. So yeah, this is just a snippet of the code. That's why it doesn't really make sense. So the following additional parameters will be configured to point the reminder sound file to the attacker's server as previously explained. Reminder sound file is this remote file path. Again, this is a variable somewhere. Override default, reminder set, reminder play sound. I guess this is true. If I was to guess, 0 and 1 false true, false true. 0 off, 1's on. I don't want to Google it. Finally, the appointment will be sent to the recipient. Okay, I'm curious. Is 1 off or on? Google's so interesting. Sometimes I love it. 1 means on. Okay, which makes wait, what? Yes. Okay, cool. That makes sense. So this is true. True. Finally, the appointment will be sent to the recipient via email. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, that threw me off. So yeah, it's a function called send. So using the exploit, you can import the exploits function with the import module commandlet. After that, both functions will be available in your current PowerShell. To send an email with a malicious appointment, you can just run the following command. So we cd, we're going to change directories into users, administrator, desktop. We're going to use import module, and we have a PowerShell script, and then we're going to send calendar NTLM leak recipient. This interesting looking email address, remote file path, attacker IP var. Okay, cool, gotcha. But this is going to create an appointment on our machine, if I'm reading or understanding this correctly. So let's do this. Let's open PowerShell. Hopefully that's a bit better. So let's copy and paste this stuff here. Are we not in the desktop? All right, so let's do import module. You can't see my keyboard, giant mic is in the way. And then we have CVE 2023. Did it choose the right one? Yes, it did. Import that module. And I'm not typing off. Wait, is this actually going to create a... Oh my, please let me copy and paste, please. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Is there no way to copy and paste? I had to type all of this. Okay, that's lovely. All right, let's get our IP address again. 10.13.2.178. Let's just put this somewhere convenient, like here. It's not gonna get touched. All right, so send calendar. Can I tab this out? Oop, calendar. Oh, I can. Perfect. Recipient. And then test at THM. I guess that's the oh, this is our email address. Test at THM loc and remote file path. And then we're going to give them that fake file path 10.13.2.178. All right. Fake and wave or sound wave. It doesn't really matter what you name it. And then we have meeting subject. THM meeting. I would fall for this. No, I wouldn't. Meeting body, and then we can put whatever. This is a test. Psych. Pwned. Okay. And let's hit enter. And I think I hope I still have responder open. No, do I not? Let's sudo responder. Let's just start this whole process over. Let's cancel that if we can. Make sure. I mean, I can just or not tab up, but hit the up arrow button. So you're gonna make me close you. You're gonna make me close you. Yep. All right, let's try this again. CD desktop. Oh crap. Oh. Wait, what? Is this supposed to happen? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So be sure to replace the attacker IP with the IP address for your attack box and the remote file path parameter. Notice that you are using the exploit to send yourself an email in this case, as we have a single account in the machine where normally you would target other email addresses, obviously. Don't do this obviously because that would be criminal. So since the exploit makes use of the current Outlook instance to send the email, you will likely get a couple of alerts asking you to grant permission to the script to send emails on your behalf. Make sure to press allow as many times as needed. Marking the allow access for 10 minutes checkbox should also help to speed this process up. So let's change this to 10 minutes, hit allow. It's not going to ask me again. Is it supposed to ask me again? Is there something supposed to happen? Maybe because I exited out of it. All right, let's try this again one more time. It's right path, right? Yeah. Oh, do I have to import? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. Oh, what? It allowed itself. Oh, no, it didn't. Got the meeting invite. Did we get? Oh, so it's skipping the hash because we previously captured it. I guess it's output somewhere on my desktop. Maybe. I'm not sure where responder. I'm guessing is writing to a file somewhere, right? Where does responder write to? I can't spell. I don't know. Oh, I wasn't in the desktop before. I forgot. I was in. No, I was. Have I? I've been in the desktop, right? I don't know. Again, I'm prolonging the video. I'm sorry. So cool. So, but we did see that the hash had previously been captured. It didn't do it again because there's no point. So somewhere on my machine, I have the NTLM hash. I mean, I guess you have it here, but shouldn't it be written out somewhere? Again, moot point. Doesn't matter. We got what we needed. So cool. So how do we detect / mitigate this attack or this vulnerability, this exploit? So now that we have gone through the steps to weaponize the CVE-2023-23397 attack on Outlook, let's talk about a few ways to detect this attack within the network. Each attack leaves patterns or artifacts that could help the detection team identify the threats, and that is what we like. We like those artifacts, those IOCs, those TTPs that we can reconstruct as detections. Not that great yet, but getting there. So it all depends on the network visibility and the log sources that are being collected and providing the much important visibility. That is super true. So here we would discuss a few ways to detect this attack on the host. So Sigma rules. So, they already have a Sigma rule for this. Oh man, it's pretty insane. This, so what we're looking for here. So detects Outlook initiating a connection to a WebDAV or SMB share, indicating post-exploitation phase. So this is already post-exploitation, and this is detecting that connection to WebDAV or SMB. So somewhere other than where those sound files should be. So that's pretty interesting. This Sigma rule looks to detect service host spawning run-dll32exe with command arguments like dav client or dav set cookie, which indicates a post-exploitation exfiltration phase. Okay. And we have a YARA rule. This rule looks for the pattern within the files on the disk. The following 3 community YARA rules can be used to detect the suspicious message file on the disk, with 2 properties discussed in the above tasks. And that just looks wow. So this is what, registry? No, oh, files on disk. Interesting. So this is, I don't know what this is. I guess it's like machine. No, this is not machine code. This hex? No, I don't know. Is it hex? Hexadecimal? Again, it doesn't matter. I get so distracted. So again, some more detection things that you can, I guess, roll in your environment if you so choose. And then we have a PowerShell script that Microsoft released that will check the Exchange messaging items like mail, calendar, and tasks to see if the IOCs related to the CVE attacks are found. This script can be used to audit and clean the detected items. This is pretty awesome. So this vulnerability is being exploited extensively in the wild. Holy crap. And we have some recommended steps by Microsoft in order to mitigate and avoid this attack. Add users to the protected users group, security group, which prevents using NTLM as an authentication mechanism. Block TCP 445/SMB outbound from your network to avoid any post-exploitation connection. And use the PowerShell script released by Microsoft to scan against the Exchange server to detect any attack attempt. Disable web client service to avoid WebDAV connection. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy this room. So in this room, we have experimented with how a simple vulnerability could allow an attacker to access authentication material without requiring any interaction from their victim by sending a simple, specially crafted email. NTLM leaks are nothing new in Windows environments, but having one is such a widespread application as Outlook makes this particularly important. So while we have used the vulnerability to capture and crack the net NTLM v2 hash, the fact that we can trigger an authentication attempt on behalf of the victim also enables other types of relay attacks where cracking the hash is not even needed. So as always, the preferred recommendation to avoid falling victim to such an attack is to keep your Outlook installation up to date, as patches are already available from Microsoft. So again, patch. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's kind of a new format. It's very tiresome and just yeah, it's a lot of work editing and doing all this stuff. And I think I have more fun if I can just flow, let my thoughts and whatever just do what they do. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you so choose to do so. If you do, it will help the channel immensely and I will thank you for it. But whatever you decide to do, I hope you have a good one. I hope you stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you the next time. See ya.